Hello, this is Riley Porter with Seattle Sumo. You are listening to a commentary track for the 1964 Hatsu Basho, Day 10. The video coverage for this tournament can be found on the Japan Sumo Association's YouTube channel. There will be a link for that included below. You will need a $9 monthly membership to access said video coverage, and this commentary track is, of course, free. As usual, I will count backwards from 3, 3, 2, 1. As I hit the N in 1, I'll click play. You'll do the same, and we'll be in sync for the day's coverage. And without further ado, I will begin the countdown and get us started. 3, 2, 1. Futabayama, Taiho, Chiyonofuji, Archive. We have 3 men tied for the lead coming into day 10. Taiho, Saranoyama, and Kyokuni, all undefeated thus far. Here's some photographers getting some pictures here. Here's Kane no Hana, struggling Dewaneshki grappler against Juryo visitor Hana Hikari from the Hanakago stable. The little jump to the side and trying for a slapdown is Kane no Hana, but Hana Hikari keeps his bearings. Now it's a little bit of a pushing battle here. Kane no Hana pushing upward, not letting the arms get past him, and getting his 4th win. So that's Make Koshi for Hana Hikari. No promotion to the Makunochi this time. Kane no Hana picks up his 4th win. And now, Fusa Nishiki, top division veteran, against a much more experienced veteran in Dewaneshki. He's doing marginally worse, 7-3-6. And a little slowish tachiai from Fusa Nishiki, but he makes his way inside with the right and the left. It's Morozashi now, but not on the belt quite, and a kote nage from Dewaneshki sends Fusa Nishiki into the clay. They break even today. They're both 4-6 now. So Fusa Nishiki eager to get inside, but that's did not turn out to be the right move for an opponent like Dewaneshki, who's pretty used to both being a defensive dikishi and he's not bad at armbarring either. You just say that much. Well, here's Kaidoyama on 4-5 against also 4-5 Alanami. This is their first meeting, Kaidoyama being a bit more experienced here at this level. A sharp charge from Alanami gets to thrusting, but Kaidoyama holds his ground, gets that outside left, deep inside with the right now, and Yoritaoshi crushes out Alanami. So Kaidoyama comes out ahead in their first meeting. Good charge from Alanami, but couldn't keep Kaidoyama from closing onto his belt. So Kaidoyama breaks even today. He's on 5-5. Not doing quite as well as his stablemate Kyokuni, but not too terribly. Udagawa from the Miyagino stable is on 4-5. Not doing amazing, not doing too horribly. And he's against Waka Hagiro. It's a 5-3 head-to-head in Udagawa's favor. Udagawa zips across the line. Waka Hagiro catches him. Now Udagawa's going for a Maimitsu, a frontal grip here. He's got it. He's hiking up the belt of Waka Hagiro. Pretty loose there on the outsidemost layer. But he's making the motion go. Udagawa's digging in. Waka Hagiro drops his head. Digs into the shoulder here. Trying to maybe work his way a little closer to Udagawa. Prefer to do this Oshi style, Waka Hagiro. Udagawa keeps hiking up that belt, but he's on the edge now. Waka Hagiro pressures him out. Oshidashi. So Waka Hagiro showing a little bit more raw power there. Definitely not the better of the tachiai, I would say, but he didn't lose his footing. Just stuck with his opponent, leaned on him, and then won out in the end. Tsurugamine, the Izutsu veteran, is in his first meeting with Kitano Fuji. Pretty exciting. Shinyumaku has only picked up his 2nd loss yesterday against tournament frontrunner Kyokuni. Now, Nodowa start, and then outside right for Kitano Fuji. Tsurugamine is inside left, but a little Uwatenage there from Kitano Fuji. Swings over Tsurugamine with that outside right. So Kitano Fuji gets his first Kachikoshi on day 10, the first of his top division career. A little envelope of Kenshokin there, prize money. So Kitano Fuji, his top division career is off to a good start. Tsune Nishiki, experienced but not at the highest level, against Wakanami, the lightest in this division. It's a 2-2 head-to-head, pretty even. And jumping to the side is Wakanami, who are grabbing that outside right, inside left for both. Tsune Nishiki lifts, drives, and finishes Wakanami with a little stiff arm there at the end before Wakanami could escape laterally. So that'd be Oshidashi, I believe. Tsune Nishiki gets his 6th win. Wakanami his 6th loss. So these two are at very different places of this tournament as far as their prospects for winning or losing scores. We'll see how things shake out here in the final third. Hirokawa, he was off to a great start, 5 straight wins, and then has picked up 4 straight losses since. Got a tall order today in other Shinyumaku Wakamiyama. And a head-bonking start right into the chest. Hirokawa, he's pushing Wakamiyama right to the edge, slips inside, and finishes him. I think that would be Yoritaoshi. Pretty close contact there. So Hirokawa didn't waste any time. Very aggressive from the start. Despite the fact that his initial tachiai, the first real blast of his attack, didn't quite shake up Wakamiyama too badly. It was really that follow-through, the non-stop motion that got Hirokawa that win. So he picks up his first win in 5 days. Wakanaruto is up against Amatsukaze. Amatsukaze doing a lot better than Wakanaruto. He's got 6-3, Wakanaruto 3-6. It's a 2-1 head-to-head in Amatsukaze's favor. They both like to grapple. Bit of a head-bonking start, and Hikiotoshi from Wakanaruto. Amatsukaze it looked like he wanted to push on the chest, but Wakanaruto was pretty quick to retreat there, pull on the hands, and send Amatsukaze spilling forward. So, Wakanaruto gets his 4th win. See that wrist wrapping there on his right. I don't think that was there before, so he's taking some extra precaution. Amatsukaze is still pretty close to Kachikoshi on 6-4. Oginohana is on 6-3. He's up against one of our tournament leaders, Kyokuni, still undefeated at 9-0. And non-surprisingly, this is a first-time meeting. Low charge, thrusting, pushing up into the armpit. Hazuoshi is Kyokuni, now pulling away and cupping the back of the neck for a Hatakikomi to get his 10th straight win. So Kyokuni pretty well manhandled Oginohana for most of that bout. Oginohana was stuck with him, but couldn't quite generate his own offense there. Kyokuni changing up the direction of his attack pretty quickly, not letting the Dewaneshki veteran get set. So Kyokuni remains tied for the lead. 10 days into this boss show. Pretty impressive. Sawahikari, 3-6, not doing great, but doing much worse is Tochioyama, who's already got his Make Koshi, 1-8. And jumping a little, coming in low is Tochioyama. Well, grappling here on the arms. Sawahikari's reaching for that outside right. And finishes Tochioyama Yorikiri. Sawahikari picks up his 4th win. Tochioyama falls to his 9th loss. So Tochioyama, I think at this point is pretty well set to make his return to Juryo. He'll be leaving this top division by the end of the... well, not by the end of the boss show naturally, but his result by the end I think will indicate a demotion. Sawahikari is pretty high ranked, and with 4 wins already at Maegashira 5, I don't believe he's at any real risk of being demoted altogether from the division. Here comes the next set of Shinpan for the next half of the matches. Yobudani, a tall, lithe grappler, against Ogiyama from the Tokitsukaze stable. A little bit of a forearm blast from Yobudani there before he sinks that inside left, outside right, and walks at Ogiyama via Yorikiri. So a pretty hard hit to the jaw there, it looked like, for Ogiyama. Maybe a little disoriented off the tachiai, but Yobudani didn't waste any time. Got that 4th win. Fujinichi is against Tama Arashi, Tama Arashi, one more loss would be Makekoshi for him. So 2-2 head-to-head. They're even coming to today. A little bit of a false start from Fujinichi there. A little bit of a half jump on the Shikiri. Back to Sankyo. We'll try again. Hey, one of the Shinpan there behind the Gyoji. You see the former Wakabayama. And a little no-to-wa action from Tama Arashi. It's a thrusting battle. Fujinichi closes the distance and manages to crush Tama Arashi underneath him. I suppose that would be Yorikiri, or Yoritaoshi rather. This is a frontal crush out. Fujinichi gets his 4th win. Tama Arashi, that is Makekoshi, his 8th loss, so that's too bad for the lightweight. Fujinichi avoids Makekoshi yet. Wakachibu, heavyweight from the Hanakago stable against Hagoroyama, an experienced veteran. It's a 10-8 head-to-head in Hagoroyama's favor, so relatively even. He has the edge. Bit of a false start there, so we'll try again. And in low, not too hard either one. Trying to pull him down now, Hagoroyama. Hagoroyama gets inside with that left. Wakachibu was trying to lock up that arm. Looks like he's wanting to work his way to a Kote Nage, but Hagoroyama's keeping his place in front of him. Not letting Wakachibu shake him off. Wakachibu really arresting that left inside. Can't really get too much forward momentum going, though. Mostly is just hampering Hagoroyama's assault, I think. Hagoroyama looks set to finish this Yorikiri once he's able to break Wakachibu's stance. Wakachibu hoists up the arm, tries to move forward, doesn't get too far. Well, he tries a little bit more kime there. That arm barring force. Forcing him forward, that is. Grabbing the searching right hand is Wakachibu with his outside right. Bit of a stalemate here. Hagoroyama's trying to get him a little deeper there. Wakachibu is trying to keep him off his belt, but is struggling to move him any great distance towards the edge. Hagoroyama, I think once he makes his way further under the belt, this should be his match. Wakachibu barrels forward, but a little too much forward momentum, I think. Hagoroyama is able to step away and drag him down. And I suppose you might call that, I don't know if that would be wate dashinage, like a pulling throw, or maybe just labeled as a hataki komi, a slap down, or tsukio toshi, thrust down, I'm not sure, but either way, Hagoroyama held on, and as Wakachibu really broke for it, just pulled away, letting the bigger man fall forward. He picks up his 4th win, Hagoroyama. Aono Sato has his Makekoshi already, only 1 win so far after 10 days, or after 9 days rather, today's day 10. He's against Iwakaze. It's a 9-8 head-to-head in Iwakaze's favor, so relatively even. Iwakaze low immediately, pushing on the chest. He's at a good angle. Aono Sato trying a little bit of a thrusting from on high. Well, Iwakaze is inching back a little bit, but now he moves in forward. He's trying to get in a little deeper with that right. Aono Sato drives to the edge. Iwakaze sticking to that low stance, catching himself on the bales here. Aono Sato drops his hips. He's driving, and with that left hand on the belt, he's able to hoist up Iwakaze enough that his low level finishes him. Yorikiri. So Aono Sato gets his 2nd win here on day 10. Hopefully he can get as many as possible. Cushion the fall. His tumble down the Banzuke with this record he's got already. Still a pretty good effort though. Toyokuni, stablemate to Aono Sato, is against Kaidoyama. Kaidoyama, already with a Makekoshi. And he jumps the gun there. We'll try that again. It's a 5-2 head-to-head in Kaidoyama's favor. He'd be the man to bet on for this encounter. In general, though, whether it's through poor form or just being up against 2 tough opponents, Kaidoyama's not in great shape this basho. He works his way inside, or tries to at the very least. Toyokuni's Got a pretty good arm placement there. Looks like he's really deep in with the right and finishes Kainoyama Yorikiri. So, Toyokuni, good handwork there. Did a good job of clearing Kainoyama away from his belt and getting his way inside. So, Toyokuni, a Dikishi I typically picture in my head doing pushing, does some fine belt work today, gets that 6th win. Kainoyama tumbles further yet to his 9th loss, so he'll definitely be dropping down the Banzuke at this rate. Toyokuni, a good result. 6th win, only a couple more for Kachikoshi. Hagorohana, yet to pick up a win. This sad Sekiwake is against a Sekiwake in much better form. Daigo is on 7-2, one more for Kachikoshi. Hagorohana digs inside, and he's way behind Daigo, whipping him down from a rear position. Honestly, not really sure what you would call that. Okuri Dashinage, just a reverse pulling down. Who knows? But Hagorohana, in pretty strongman style, I should say in pretty strong form, beats Daigo. That's one you wanna watch and replay, certainly. Pretty nifty finish there from the rear. Daigo yet to pick up his Kachikoshi. Utakayama, the top man from Tokitsukaze stable, is up against one of our tournament co-leaders in Sadanoyama on 9-0. Their head-to-head is 7-3 in Utakayama's favor. So this will be a good chance for him to show his seniority. Hard charge from Sadanoyama. Now he's worked his way to a Morozashi already. And he's lifting and walking and is turned over on the edge. A little overzealous there, I think, picking up such a big man and trying to finish him Tsuri. Utakayama just thrust him over once he's able to catch his feet back on the dohyo. Sadanoyama picks up his first loss. So our leader group has shrunken. Utakayama picks up a nice little stack of Kenshokin there. Well, good for Utakayama. He shows his command here as an Ozeki. Hasn't been a great tournament for him on the whole, but it was a pretty good showing. Now here's Maedegawa, Takasago's top man for this basho, one step from Makekoshi on 2-7. Tochioyama, after his day 1 loss, he's gone 8 straight. Still looking to secure a promotion to Yokozuna. On the outside right is Tochioyama driving forward and finishing Maedegawa Yoritaoshi. Now Tochioyama, it was not an overpowering tachiai, but speedy as usual. And once he was on the belt, he just kept moving forward. Good dayashi, good forward momentum following his initial attack. So Tochioyama goes to 9-1. He retains an outside chance for this basho, and certainly a good chance for Yokozuna promotion, if he can get at least runner-up. Hikari picked up his first loss yesterday. In good form. Good man to have in your corner, is probably what Tochioyama is thinking. Taiho, the indomitable polar bear. He is undefeated and hasn't really looked like he's at much risk of picking up any losses really this basho, but today could be the day, and Ozeki is no joke. Let's see what happens here. Low charge from Hikari. Taiho's pushing away and slapping. Nodowa from Hikari. He's trying to push up on the throat, but he slips past Taiho, ends up with his rear facing him, and Taiho pushes him out. Oshidashi or Okuridashi. Either way, Taiho wasn't too flustered there by any of Hikari's assault and didn't seem to have too much issue finishing him there. Taiho looking unbeatable this basho, and retains his leader position. He's tied now only with Kyokuni on a perfect run. Kashiwado, a step behind on 8-1, is against Ozeki Kitabayama. Both Yokozuna are having Ozeki matches today. Believe it or not, it is an even head-to-head 12-12 between the two Dikishi. Based on the scores, of course, you can deduce that Kashiwado's in maybe a little better form this Basho. I would certainly say that is the case. Keithyama had a kind of a sloppy opening few days, but he's been looking a little better as of late. Let's see if he can bring it in low and quick across the line is Keithyama. He's got that inside right, his preferred grip, Migiyotsu, but can't get that outside left now. Kashiwado extending his body. He's got that outside left. Will that be enough for him to finish this? Keithyama, it's at a decent angle. And crunching in, lifting is Kashiwado before finishing things. I think Yoritaoshi. Frontal crush out. That's how it looked to me. Kashiwado not afraid to put his whole body onto his opponent, especially a smaller one like that. Kashiwado retains an outside chance for this Yusho. If he can take his one loss to the final day with Taiho, and Taiho remains undefeated, as has been the case so far, there's always a chance for a playoff. An exciting tournament, to be sure. Thank you for joining me.